What up, boys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to go through a lot of questions that I'm getting asked recently, and it makes sense. And with Dragonflight this close, there's so many people who are worried and got questions about gathering in Dragonflight, because that's been their bread and butter for the previous expansions, but a lot of things have shifted lately. So we're going to go through that and how to optimize it and my point of view on the whole gathering in Dragonflight. Before we do that, massive thank you to everyone that has picked up the complete gold guide on retail, the 0 to 10 million gold guide. The support and the feedback lately has been insane, so I really do appreciate that. And I've shipped out a lot of Dragonflight updates for the book, so if you bought it back in the days, make sure to check those out. So that's kind of like the best selling point of the book, is the fact that you get it once and you'll receive every single future update for life for free. So the people that bought the gold guide when it came out over 2 years ago are still getting the updates now in Dragonflight. So if you're interested in it, make sure you use the discount code Dragonflight. That way you will get it for 50% off. That's going to be linked down below in the description. And it goes without saying, I'm going to make a lot of Dragonflight videos, so subscribe to the YouTube channel, click the notification bell, and you'll be notified whenever one of these videos goes live. But the first question that I get is it going to be any good with gathering, right? And there's a lot of opinions about this, and there's definitely a lot of people who aren't going to agree with me on this, right? But I think that gathering, mining, and herbing is going to be absolutely insane early on, right? The people that are skeptical about it, it makes sense, but they're skeptical because you now have the region-wide auction house, and people saw what the region-wide auction house did with the current prices of materials. It absolutely plummeted in value. So I get that people are kind of afraid of going gathering due to that. And then you also have the fun element of bots, right? Now, I don't think that neither of these concerns are going to be a massive issue for people in the Dragonflight for a couple of reasons. First of all, the region-wide auction house is definitely, in my opinion, going to stabilize the prices on the materials faster than in previous expansions. However, though, the barrier to entry and to be able to gold farm efficiently with herbalism and mining is way tougher. Like back in Shadowlands, you could just switch between professions, especially gathering professions, just as you wanted, and you would be able to swap between them constantly. I mean, I did this myself. I had a tailoring for bonus cloth, and then I picked up skinning as well, and then I just threw all of those out the window, and I went over to mining and herbalism when I felt like doing a weekend of mining and herbalism. That's going to be tougher now because you have specializations that you need to like earn points in order to do it efficiently. And yes, it's true. Everyone is going to be posting on the same auction house in that region, but you got to keep in mind everyone is also buying from the same auction house. So the amount of people buying stuff is going to be massive. It's going to get ripped off the auction house the moment you post it. So I definitely think that the gold per hour will be really high in the beginning of Dragonflight. How long it's going to last, though? I mean, it's very hard to predict. We're just going to have to wait and see. But I do definitely think it's going to be super, super good early on. When it comes to bots, that's another great thing. It's you can gold farm super efficiently with herbalism and mining with the dragon riding, right? Dragon riding is absolutely insane. It makes herb and mining really good. But I really doubt that the bots will be able to use dragon riding efficiently. Because if you guys don't know what dragonflighting is, basically you can see the bars right here, the orb thingies. You need to regen these in order to keep on flying. Otherwise, you can't fly. So not only do you need to upgrade your dragon flying, which makes it tougher for bots to restart, but you also need to kind of fly tactical, like up and down to gain momentum to regen. So will bots be able to program them to do it efficiently while dragon riding? I don't know. I mean, my bet is that most bots will just use ground mounts doing gathering, so they're not going to get close to the amount of mats that we will be able to do with the dragon riding. So I think that dragon riding is a great way to deal with the bot issue that we have. I really do, because we'll be making like 5 times the amount of mats than the bots will be able to. And then again, some people you might say, yeah, but they will just add 5 times as many bots as long as it's a profit. They're gonna be there, right? True, but I don't see this as being as a big issue in the beginning, because it's in the beginning you're gonna make the vast majority of the gold anyways. And then you also have the factor about like the new crafting system, the new profession systems are really complex and it's going to require a lot of mats. And there's also way more people getting their eyes opened up for like crafting. And a lot of people are super excited about getting it back into crafting because they haven't used it previously. So the amount of materials needed early on in Dragonflight will be absolutely insane. So that's obviously my point of view. I think it will be really good early on. So how do you do it efficiently, right? So a lot of people's first impression is jumping under druids because that's what they've always done, which is pointless right now in Dragonflight, which is also a cool change because there's a lot of people who don't play druids, right? But a lot of people feel like they're forced to play druid because they're the best gold farmer, and they will still be the best gold farmer in the open world. But as far as gathering goes, they're no longer the OGs because you can pick up herbs and mine while dragon riding. That's pretty badass. So you can run around on your dragon and pick flowers and mine while you're on it. The way you do that is basically with the new specialization, you got to get enough points in it. So for mining, for instance, you can see having mastered the process of mining, you're now able to gather ore while mounted on the Dragon Isle. So that's for mining. But the same thing goes for herbalism as well. I think it's for botany. You can now gather herbs while mounted on the Dragon Isle. So class doesn't really matter. Is there still one class that's more efficient than the other classes, though? I mean, I'm personally going to play a drag tier for gathering, just because they're like a Death Knight on steroids with their glide and their jump and all of that. So sometimes if you land on an iffy place, or let's say that you do run out of vigor, it's going to be nice to just jump down that ledge and glide and do the power jumps. So, but I honestly think that it doesn't really matter. Like, regardless of what class you have, because of dragon riding, you will be able to efficiently gold farm with it. So absolutely great change. Love that you can gather on your dragon, right? And then another thing is this anti feature right here for the bots. Like when you pick up the elemental thingy herbs and veins, they do a lot of debuffs and also buffs to, I'm pretty sure that's to combat bots, where they're going to throw you off, they're going to freeze you if you don't move. A lot of these things that I can imagine making a bot's life pretty tough. And you can also combat that by speccing correctly to like decrease and increase the buffs there with mastering the elements. So that's also something to keep into consideration, but it's not something you should focus on. You should first focus on being able to mine and herb while riding on your dragon. But speaking about dragging, because if you want to be able to do this efficiently, you're going to have to spec out your dragon. What I mean by that, if you haven't played the beta or the alpha or watched any videos on it, is this right here, like dragon riding. It's like a talent tree for dragon riding, and it does things like increase your vigor. Vigor is these yellow or these dots right here, which is the resource that you need in order to keep flying your dragon. So you have that, and then you also have ways of regenning your vigor more efficiently. But it is crucial that you guys get these coins, the currency, so you can actually max out your dragon riding. It makes a big difference. It really, really does. And it's super easy to do so. Like, there's a bunch of websites and add-ons that will show you guys how to do it, like with maps, and you have like coordinates and everything. And of course, all of this is in the gold guide, the 0 to 10 million gold guide. But make sure before you do any form of gold farming that you actually pick up these glyphs, so that you can gold farm efficiently. It's going to be, you only got to do it once, pick up all the dragons and all of that on your main, but it makes a big difference to have this in order before you do any form of gold making, right? Otherwise, you're definitely going to find yourself in a situation where you're landing often and you need to remount on your dragon riding because you don't have enough specialization to pick it up from your mount, and you're going to lose your vigor, and you're going to have to wait for the region before you get flying again. And doing herbalism and mining without dragon riding just on your ground mount, trust me, it's definitely not the same because you move so damn quickly while dragon riding. So make sure to spec that out. And that was pretty much a very short video on mining and herbalism. Like, I could talk about this for an eternity, but hopefully it answered some of you guys' questions. And if you're interested in more videos like this, as I said at the beginning of the video, just subscribe to the YouTube channel and you'll be notified whenever I upload another video. But until then, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all back in at the next video. Until then, bye-bye.